How's it going?
No sooner do I resume my work as an oracle than it becomes a nuisance, as it always does.
I know just what you mean.
It's time I turn my attention to more important matters.
I have just the thing. The Skyan's Dark Elex. We still know next to nothing about it. And seeing as you're the expert in Elex, maybe you can look into this new purple stuff.
I've been thinking about that too, and I know just where to begin my investigation. I'll need your help, though.
You got it.
We Berserkers worry more than anyone about the Skyanids. In a way, they're not unlike the Albs mutants. They're slaves to Elex too, and are fundamentally changed by the substance. But what is its nature? How does it work? What makes it so infectious? Does it possess a collective voice like the blue Elex we've lived with all these years?
You think you can find a cure for Dark Elex infections?
I won't know what I discover until I discover it.
Can't do any harm to have other irons in the fire. Who knows when Dawkins' research will yield any useful results? Where do we start with our search?
I have a certain affinity for Elex and mana. I can sense many of their properties, and even communicate with them. We already know that one derives from the other. But its purple form is very different. It has both replicative and infectious properties. Isolating and analyzing it without contracting the Dark Plague won't be easy.
You can do it. You always do.
I wish I shared your confidence. I will need a sample in its pure form, however. I can't understand how it works unless it's active and whole. And preferably attached to a living organism.
I think I know where this is going.
Yes, I need fresh specimens of Skyanids for closer study. Most of the beasts we've fought so far have been in a transformed state for several weeks. What I need are Skyanids that have undergone a recent mutation. One of our scout troops spotted a young herd of smaller Skyanid specimens south of the fort a few hours ago. It appears they were created from a pack of spinehounds. We should track them down as soon as possible. So if you're ready, I suggest we move.
Let's go pay those mini Skyanids a visit.
All right, come on then. Our scouts spotted the beasts over there.
I hope they really are just small specimens.
We're about to find out. You know how this works. You lead, I'll follow.
Damn it. Dawkins should be helping me get over that infection. Instead, I'm giving my all for the sixth power. They may be young, but they're still dangerous. Probably infectious, too.
Maybe if I take a closer look at where the transformation took place, that will suffice. They must have spent several hours there. It's best if you leave me alone for a while. I need to concentrate and see what I can sense from this place.
We've received new orders from the very top. The barriers won't be able to hold the crowds much longer. If the situation gets any worse, we have permission to use our weapons.
It's just like I thought. I can sense the Dark Elex. It's everywhere. And it recently transformed those beasts right here.
What else did you find out?
The change involves a great deal of pain. The wailing of the creatures is still thick in the air. There's nothing they could do to resist. The transformation was fast, following infection just a few hours before.
That would mean...
Yes, once an animal of this size has been infected, it's only a matter of hours, days at most, before it changes.
What does that mean for infected humans?
There's no way of knowing. I have no human specimens to study. Well, except for you. But for whatever reason, you're a special case. We can't generalize conclusions based on your experience.
All right then. So what do we do now?
I've learned as much as I can here. I need bigger subjects. I'll instruct my men to monitor the Skyanids. As soon as they report any new transformations, I'll let you know. We have to get to the bottom of this.
This is the Kaya I know and love.
Please, there's no time for this now, so just stop it, all right?
Are you okay?
I'm well, thanks.
Okay, let's hunt them down. I hope you know exactly where to find them.
They move around a lot, so it won't be easy. We should head out at once. We're in luck. There they are.
Right. We know what to do.
Look, I know you've been bitten before, but just don't let them get you again, all right? Besides, who else would possibly claim to be Wardek but Wardek himself? Come on.
It's better that I reveal this
Watch out!
power and not anyone else.
Watch out! Despise these creatures.
Hey, I'm not a big fan either.
We need to find where their transformation took place. If you take me there, I can conduct a proper analysis. Give me a moment. I need to focus. This is alarming. I'm not sure what to call it. A plague? Whatever it is, it's far worse than I thought.
What'd you find out?
The incubation period is incredibly short. Those beasts became Skyanids no more than 3 hours after becoming infected. And right where we found the creatures.
Does the size of the host make any difference?
I can't say for certain, but I don't think so.
Then what determines how long it takes? Is it just willpower like Dawkins thinks? There must be another way to fight this plague. Maybe something we haven't thought of yet.
Difficult to say. All we know is that the speed of change isn't down to one simple factor, like metabolism or physical constitution. Given the rate of mutation, and assuming it affects all living beings on this planet in a similar way, then...
Then what?
It would only take a few days for the entire planet to be transformed if there's a real outbreak.
I was afraid you were gonna say that.
I'm afraid that's all I can tell you. I'll keep trying, though. Maybe if I could examine an especially large subject. I'll see if my scouts can track one down. Thanks for your help. I'll let you know as soon as I have news. I have it, but we need to move quickly.
You have what exactly?
The location of a large Skyanid, and I mean a really big one, recently mutated and waiting for us. But it'll disappear if we don't hurry. Humanity needs to come together, or we don't stand a chance of winning. Do you remember when it all began?
You mean the comet?
No, you idiot. I mean between us. I know I've been hard on you sometimes, but... Well, it was usually because you deserved it.
Yeah, I know.
How did it come to this? How did we drift so far apart?
Well, we could go back to how it was.
Maybe. I'm not sure.
Okay, let's go see this giant Skyanid.
Come on. Look at it. The noise when it changed must have been deafening.
You should be careful. Looks like it's not alone.
You're the combat expert, so go on ahead.
Well, this... rest of its kind.
All right, let's find the place where it underwent its transformation. You know what to do. Find the location, and I can get to work. I need a moment.
That's no use to me now.
That was stomach-turning. This behemoth actually vomited during its transformation.
Did you find anything interesting at least?
Ugh, the stench is overwhelming, but yes, I did make a surprising discovery. The voices and the other peculiar vibrations emanating from Blue Elex, I sense them from this Dark Elex too.
Which means...
They obviously have a shared origin. No doubt about it.
Well, doesn't seem that surprising. Anything else?
Both the Blue and Dark Elex derivatives can unleash remarkable powers. But only through another medium, an intelligence or organism that can guide it. Without that, the voices have no direction and cancel each other out.
So, something like an elemental magnet.
A what?
You don't know what a magnet is?
No. Judging by its name, a magical artifact?
Yeah, you could say that actually.
The next logical step is to analyze how Dark Elex affects a truly intelligent being. It's clear it possesses greater powers than our Blue Elex. We need to see just what they are. Of course, that means examining a recently mutated human being. Do you think we can find one?
We might. Surely your scouts can help with the search again.
Let's hope so. I'll give them instructions and let you know as soon as I hear anything. Jax, can we talk?
Sure. What is it?
I'm worried. I just don't know if I can do this anymore. My people needed someone like me, so I took up the mantle. Accepted the responsibility.
You always have.
Have I? Then why do my duties weigh more on me with each passing day? I'm no longer certain I can cope with it all. And yet my people need stability. What if I can't give it to them anymore?
You're the Berserker's most powerful mage. Maybe the most powerful of any faction. Who could do a better job than you?
Maybe, but I can't do this alone. It'll wear me down in the end if things don't change. I need to believe in a better future than one where I spend the rest of my life sitting on the Oracle throne.
I think I know what you mean.
Have you now? And what exactly are those thoughts?
We should give this another try, you know? Me and you. Don't you think?
You're serious about this, aren't you?
I've never been so sure of anything in my life.
I can't tell you how happy I am to hear that. I'd almost given up all hope, to be honest. But before we go any further, I have a few questions for you. You know, we never spoke about your time up on that mountain. What were you really doing there?
I needed time to myself. But believe me, not a day went by when I didn't think of you.
Then why didn't you come back?
I've told you.
What, that unlikely tale of how you wanted to save the planet from annihilation? You had a curious way of doing it. You didn't even know if anything was gonna happen.
We both knew enough to see all this coming.
Damn it, Jax. What else could we have done? Run and hide like you always do?
I did not run away.
No, you just buried yourself so deeply you had only the rats for company.
You have no idea how hard it's been to convince everyone how serious this threat is. But you idiots are more interested in pointless arguments with other factions than your own survival.
What did you call me?
My head. The infection. I'd already forgotten about it again. I should train my mind before that thing happens to me. My head.
Before you go, I just want to say,
I'll take care of. Yeah.
Good.
Are you okay?
I'm great, thanks. And you? Do you think it will last this time? This thing between us, I mean.
I'd like that.
It better last, because, well, I love you. And you know it, you son of a bitch. I've just received word. My scouts believe they've found something. A group of young Skyend agitators roaming the Ignadon hinterlands. Which just happens to be where the scouts saw people wandering a few days before.
Freshly mutated soldiers. We should get out there right away.
Agreed. Let's go. Well, there we are. They're definitely Skyend agitators. They're an awful sight. Imagine having to serve the Skyends like this for the rest of your life.
We'll make sure that never happens.
Well then, go on ahead. I'll be right behind you.
Shit. Willpower, huh? What would happen if the hybrid control chip inside me actually worked? Would I become just as blinded as all the others under the delusion of the machine? Not a pleasant thought.
It really is tragic.
Although they have greater intelligence than the average Skyanid, they're just as vicious and single-minded.
I'll need to examine the place where they mutated. Wait a minute. It isn't easy, seeing what they went through. So much suffering. I don't know what's more alarming, that these young agitators seem to be able to control the Dark Elex, or...
Or what?
Well, they were out hunting for Elex, and once they found it, they ingested it.
What's so interesting about that?
It wasn't Dark Elex. It was our Elex.
So Skyans can process blue Elex too. That's not good, is it?
Not at all. Imagine an army of these soldiers taking our Elex and mana, using it in their contaminated bodies. It's only a matter of time before Magellan's blue Elex is completely blended with dark Elex. Or should I say contaminated?
So pretty soon, dark Elex could be the only Elex there is.
That, or a new derivative that combines them both. And whether they can be separated again afterwards, I just don't know. But I sense that these Skyans can communicate with the voices of the Elex, just as I do.
So they can control all the derivatives of Elex and communicate with the collective voices of each.
It would seem that way. But agitators are the lowest-ranking Skyans, and may not be as capable of dealing with Elex. I'll have to examine a freshly mutated curator before I can say more with any certainty. That is, if they even exist. I'll instruct my scouts to look out for them. I'll keep you updated. I have some good news and some bad news. The good news is that we found 2 people who have been recently transformed into Skyan curators.
And bad news?
They're somewhere near the Epsilara Former in Tavar. Not the most pleasant of destinations. Before you go, I just want to say,
Yeah. I'll take care. I've been to worse, and if they're near a former, it shouldn't be too hard to find. I still haven't given up hope of finding an antidote to the Dark Plague.
I'll do what I can. Pretty imposing sight.
Yeah. And we're all screwed if they manage to finish the job they were created for.
Let's hope it doesn't come to that. You're more familiar with this area. I'll follow.
The infection. These stories about the hybrids. I don't get them out of my head. How could Gotham's mind run so smooth in this machine? Doctor has shown the full strength of his willpower time and again. But whatever. We'll finally see whether he's right or not. What the hell?
Yeah. All right.
We have to be real careful out here.
Yeah, I noticed that. We'd better get a move on and get the hell out of here.
Unbelievable.
The Dark Elix's effect on these poor souls is truly horrifying.
At least they're out of their misery.
But ours is just beginning. I hope the place where they mutated can bring us some answers. Step aside. I have to focus. I'm finished. Now let's get out of here.
Not before you tell me what you found.
I will, only the effort has completely drained me. The more I see, the more I wish I could unsee it. I can say for certain now that the Elex derivatives come from the same source. Their vibrations are the same, so is their origin. The Elex derivatives communicate not only with their host, that is, the carrier organism, its mind, they also communicate with each other. In fact, they appear to complement each other.
Interesting. Go on.
They influence and attract each other, like those... What did you call those magical artifacts?
Magnets.
Yes. I inquired about them after you mentioned them and learned about their powers of attraction.
Wait. You're saying one Elex attracts the other?
Right. One seeks out the other and is driven to merge with it. It's not unlike gravity. The attraction is powerful when the voices of the Elex are directed. In fact, when found in large quantities, it has a force many times greater than our planet's gravitational pull. Elex is still extraordinarily rare in its pure form. It's usually bound with other substances from this world, weakening its force so that we hardly notice it.
So it needs some kind of medium, a mind, to focus the Elex voices and have an effect.
You got it. It's almost as if Elex was created with a single purpose, the control of mind over matter. But what kind of being would be capable of designing and producing such a powerful substance, and even imbuing it with its own consciousness?
That sounds more like a god.
What else could it be? Only a deity would be able to do this. Whatever the ultimate source, I doubt this is the limit of its powers. I fear the Skyans and Elex are merely the harbingers of something far greater. Something of cosmic proportions. Something divine.
Maybe. But in the meantime, we still have a few human problems to take care of down here.
After examining all the evidence, I'm afraid that curing the Dark Plague is not going to be a simple matter. To be honest, it's beyond my comprehension. All we can do for the moment is try to contain the Dark Elex. We cannot allow it to reach a critical mass. If that happens, the outbreak that follows will be uncontrollable. We won't be able to stop the plague.
Well, at least we know where we stand.
True. As long as there's a chance for survival, we must press on. However slim that chance, we can't let it pass us by.